Well, I thought I'd do a little video, seeing as the caramel is quite popular. So I'm not going to patronise everyone on how to let your butter, sugar and golden syrup melt down. My hob is induction. Personally, I prefer induction. I think you get a better regulation of heat on the stove. I use condensed milk to make my caramel. I don't know if that's cheating or not. I think it gives you a better texture, especially for the shortbread. So basically everything's melted down now, but this is where it's so easy to get it wrong, and you'll see you just have to keep stirring it. I use well, it's not metal whisk, silicone whisk, and I'm currently on a high heat as it's completely melted down. And what I'm going to do, and like I said, this is where the real work comes into it, I'm going to keep the pan moving so I completely keep the whole mixture moving so it does not catch, because the second that catches the base of the pan, it will spoil. So I'm just listening for it to start boiling. And you can see the bubbles coming to the surface from whisking. This is a critical part now. Not there yet, but keep it moving. Don't let it catch. I can't reiterate that enough. Fortunately, when I broke both my wrists, my left wrist was a very mild fracture. I'll say very mild, it wasn't as bad as a right wrist. However, I wouldn't be able to do this with my right wrist, so thank goodness I'm left-handed. Yeah, it's just starting to catch. You can just hear, as you're whisking, it's almost like, not burning, but you can just hear it boiling as you move the mixture and clear a space on the bottom of the pan. The recipes say, I mean, I've doubled the recipe, so 6 to 7 minutes once the mixture's melted together. Yeah, just going. And obviously, recipes are just a guideline. I don't tend to follow them to the T unless it's a relatively new recipe and I'm not too confident or not too sure. But I guess the more you cook, the more you get to understand what works and what doesn't work. I think it's also important to mention safety. This is very, very hot. I mean, it's molten sugar. Once it gets to almost boiling point. Yeah. And this is where, yeah, just got to keep moving the pan. Get every corner going. It is it's not really hard work, it's just 8 to 10 minutes at least of non-stop whisking, stirring, moving around the pan. So I can smell it, you can't. I'm going to drop the heat down a little bit. It's not a burning smell, but it's the molasses of the sugar just starting to, well, I haven't researched the science behind it, but I'm sure there's some science in it. I can just smell it. I can just smell that sugary syrup just changing. because what we're trying to get to is a golden, almost golden fudge-like consistency. So I'm going to turn the heat back up. Maybe it was a bit premature there. It's really, you can really hear it on the surface now, the pan, as I'm whisking. It's like a... I'm not very good at sound effects, as you can tell, but I'm sure you know what I mean. And I can just see, I mean, I don't know if you can pick up on the video, can you just see it's just starting to thicken. Just starting to thicken. But again, do not stop whisking. Yeah, I was a bit premature there. Reducing the heat. So I want it to get to the point where it starts to boil, but I cannot stop. There, look, you can see it. You can just see it thickening. It's really starting to go now. Oh, what was I saying about watch yourself for burning? It's just flinging around the place. There you go, see? There you go, it's bubbling. Right. There you go. Now I'm going to drop the heat. My induction hob starts at 1 and goes up to 9 with a power boost. I was melting the butter, sugar, syrup and condensed milk down at number 5 up to 6, nice and slow, and then cranked right up to 9. I don't use the power boost for the caramel because that'd just be ridiculous power. I'll drop back to an 8 just so the hob, the way the induction works, the electromagnetic sort of effect, I guess, just pauses a bit, so it's not full pelt. But you can see this is now where the real work comes in, and you can really see how thick it's got now. It's starting to go a golden colour. I told you this is where the heart. I'm just going to put the extractor on so the camera lens doesn't start steaming up. Yeah, so just keep... Sorry, that wasn't me changing the heat, that's my saucepan just touching the touch controls. Oh, blimey. Don't stop. Just don't stop. My arm is... I'm not going to joke, my arm is killing me. I'm not really using my wrist too much because, although, like I said, it doesn't fracture that one as badly as my right, I don't want to be vigorously flexing it too much, so I'm trying to keep my wrist a bit rigid-ish whilst getting this mix going. And see, it's still bubbling. Now I'm going to crank it up again, back to number 9. Okay, so it's almost there, and I'm not worried about it. It's not catching, it's not burning. The bottom of my pan is clear, if you can see that. There you go. Don't know if you can see that, but I'll keep it going. 2-second balls, if you can call it that. Again, I think I'm up to about 9 minutes, not the 6 or 7 minutes the recipe calls for, although this may be because I doubled it. Oh, blimey. I'm still on number 9. I'm not happy with the temperatures. I'm going to drop it. I think that's it, heated enough. Oh, can't use that one. That rest isn't as good. And almost how you see that thickness. See how thick that is? Again, it's not catching. Oh, my saucepan touching the controls again. I'm almost happy. The colour is what I would expect, but the actual thickness, I don't think it's quite there. It's almost fudge-like. keep it going for a bit longer. I've just whacked the temperature back up. Again, I'm not much one to lift the pan off the heat unless I need to. I just like to regulate it from the controls on the hob. Yeah, we're almost there. Oh, blimey. Again, keep the pan moving. Don't let the edges catch. Do not let the mixture catch. I keep going on, but this is the most important part. God, I can't use that one. I get tired. It's catching. Well, it was going to catch. I can just tell as I'm moving the mixture around, I can just see where it just sticks to the base of the pan. Right, that is almost there. It's getting quite difficult to move around, and if you can just see, if I slow down, I don't want to let it catch. There you go. Yeah, it's just about there. Right, hob's off. Right, so I want it to catch well on the base, but you'll see. I'll get it in front of the camera for you to see. That's what you're looking for. That's a sort of texture. Now I'm going to put that down on the hob. Right, let's move the camera out of the way. Bringing the shortbread. Yes, it's induction hob, so it's actually the pan that's hot, not the hob, although the hob will be warm. It won't be scalding. I've got my silicone ladle. So I chilled this in the fridge for a little bit. This is where the magic happens. I mean, that's just gorgeous, isn't it? And I'll show you the base of this pan in a moment. Just for any nay believers out there that might doubt the effectiveness of how vigorous you need to. There you go. Clean. Nothing stuck. So let me just move my pan out of the way. Just gonna let that caramel. Oh, it's just lovely. Oh, just love it. I love it. And there you go. Wow. So I'm gonna pop this in the fridge for a couple hours. Just let it firm up. And we'll do the chocolate top. Hope you enjoyed it.